primary colors, but City are in the alternate black jerseys with the yellow lettering for this one. Evie Craven, the center forward, will kick it off for Man City, and we are underway. City taking on the PDA, and already a quick giveaway by Man City. Early chance developing for PDA. Ribimbus inside shot is high and wide, and already an attempt on goal for PDA from Melina Ribimbus. And a scary moment at the back early on for Manchester City. City play the famous 4-3-3 that is adapted by the top of the men's club, Pep Guardiola. And again, the PDA winning the ball in Manchester City's half here in the opening moments. This is Kayla Wong, the captain, terrific young player for PDA. Wong with a cross, that is over the bar, and it's a goal kick again for Grace Pilling. There is the head coach, Nick Heineman, of the PDA. He's assisted by Mick Smith. The two of them run the ship for this PDA side. They do a tremendous job of it. They'll play from the back with Lucy Crook, the left back, into the central defender, Maisie Davies. And again, PDA making things difficult. Wong nearly taking it away. Now it falls for Ribimbus. Ribimbus with the left, and there's the goal for PDA. Well, it had been coming. Manchester City never crossed the halfway line. And Melina Ribimbus finishes in the second minute. PDA goes ahead of Manchester City. Again, they just could not get out of the back, and the constant pressure from PDA. You see them ranging forward instantly off the kickoff, and they've won it again. In it goes. PDA with a chance to get another one. Here's Ribimbus again. Towards her left foot, this one tackled away. And a good tackle from Strutton, the captain for Manchester City. Melina Ribimbus with the goal. A phenomenal start for PDA, and they have a corner. They have just been dominant.
Say hi, Evie.
Here in the early going.
Evie.
That corner, though, a little bit too close to Grace Pilling. Falls in midfield, and Manchester City cross halfway for the first time in the match. It's out to the striker, Craven, but PDA win it back quickly. The New Jersey-based club off to a flying start. Alexandra Barry playing it forward. Looking wide. Cross comes in. Barry with a header just over the corner of the crossbar. And again, PDA just pouring on the pressure. Good action from Cassidy Corcione to help create the chance. And Barry just a little bit under it in order to bag another goal for the PDA. Comes into Ribimbus, but she loses it. Now to Hendricks and Eastwood.
Willie Maisie, get tighter, stay tight, stay tight.
Go to the other side for Corcione. Holding off through midfield. It's a good tackle on the other end from Ginny Lackey. Now a chance for Man City on the break. Craven. Out to Zabia Ishak. Ishak slips on the turf. Stayed on the ball for a moment, but then they call a foul as Ishak grabbed the jersey there, going the other direction. player down. It is Corcione for PDA. They're going to have the trainer come out and check on her. There's the head coach for Manchester City, Rachel Lever. We have technical director Martin Harrison and assistant coach Jamie Fitzpatrick on the touchline with her. It is Cassidy Corcione, who is slow to get up. And she'll have to come off here for a moment, but we'll see if she's able to continue. Looked like she wanted to get right back out there. And they are going to bring Corcione off. It'll be Riley Hayes who comes on to replace her. We'll see if Cassidy Corcione can return later in the game. It's won over by Manchester City. Playing into Evie Craven. She's got a step. Craven breaking away at the goal. It's right at the keeper, Rebecca Kessler, who's able to hold on to it. Here is Caitlin Scott. Out to Barry. Alexandra Barry pushing it forward for Ribimbas. She's already got one in this game. Melina Ribimbas waiting for support. Puts it out wide. Taya shooting, taking off the ball, but it comes back to Ribimbas. Pushing wide for Olivia Marone. Here's the cross. It's off the bar. Headed back in. Huskey had the header back on. Now still loose and finally knocked down by Pilling, but she couldn't grab it. And Huskey puts it in to make it 2-0. Oh, just hanging around over and over and over again. And finally, Lauren Huskey finishes for the PDA. You see the first one off the crossbar. Huskey cleared off the line. Then a save on Marone, and then finally Huskey taps it in. And in just over 7 minutes, it's a 2-0 lead for the PDA out of New Jersey. And boy, what a huge sequence in this game. Craven on a breakaway, saved by Kessler, and then on the other end, Huskey scores for the PDA. Alexandra Barry taking off the ball there. Here's Ribimbas. That's a good defensive play from Poppy Wright, the holding midfielder for Manchester City. Here's Wong. Dancing through defenders. Wong pulls it back left. Huskey. Touched around inside, but won back by Man City's Bethany Strutton. That's their captain. Gets as far as the back line and then won again by the PDA. It's a 3-4-2-1 formation for the PDA, or 3-4-1-2, I should say. Here's Craven. Got an option. There's a strike, headed off the line. Fantastic defensive play. Rebound shot is wide off the foot of Jemima DeHoo. It was Ginny Lackey who had the initial shot for Manchester City. And Caitlin Scott just standing her ground with a header. That would have gone in the back of the net. Kessler was not in position to save that, but Scott makes a huge play. Here goes Wong. Looking for Barry, a little bit off target. Little combination doesn't come off for Man City. Lauren Huskey with the second goal. This is Cheyenne McLeod, offside center back. Up to Hayes, who came on for the injured Corcione, the left wing back. Hayes ahead to Huskey. Plays it central. Rabimbas. That ball run down. Back out Wong with a shot. It's blocked. Comes back down for Hayes. Huskey again. Offside. Wouldn't have counted, but a good save that won't count for Grace Pilling nonetheless. 11 minutes gone. It's been all PDA. Couple of good chances down the other end for Man City. But they have a lot of questions to answer. PDA just relentless when they push the ball ahead. Rachel Lever and the coaching staff of Manchester City certainly hoping for improvement here throughout this game, as they've conceded 2 early goals. In they go again. It's Barry punching it off the post. You see that ball just skitter up against the post. It was well read by Pilling. We've had a number change, by the way. Wanted to point this out. The player we've been identifying as Lauren Huskey is actually Kennedy Garcia, who scored the second goal for PDA. Oh, thank you to PDA for showing that to us. It was Garcia who scored the goal. So the first to Rabimbas, the second to Garcia. And we'll have a change here for PDA. Alyssa Martinez
You can just
is
wait,
going to check
for her
on.
to come, but you can call her, okay? So she needs to come off.
Man City's going to make a change too. Lois Markley Paraskevas will come on in exchange of Poppy Wright in that defensive midfield role. And in right wing back, it's Marone coming off for Martinez. PDA again, it's McLeod, she's fouled. Rabimbas to take the free kick. Over the top for Barry. It slithers in. Is that a goal? No signal yet. They're going to go talk about it. Voigt going over to talk to the linesman. No goal. I don't know if we can see that again. Exactly what happened there when we get an opportunity to. I thought I maybe saw it touch Barry's hand on the way in. Or they could have called offside. Either way, no goal for Manchester City, for PDA, and it stays 2-0. That's huge for Manchester City as they try to stay in this game. Here's Strutton putting out wide for Ishak. That's handled by McLeod. And again, there's just been very little sustained possession for Man City in this game. That's out for Garcia again, who's running it down. Kennedy Garcia out to the end line. Cuts it across with the left foot. There's Davies to block it out. And then a whistle blows. We've got a player down for Man City. And you see the leg getting caught there. And that is the captain, Bethany Strutton, who is down injured for Manchester City. And the entire team now holding their breath as their captain is tended to by the physio for Manchester City, Aidan Doyle. PDA will take the opportunity. Now both teams will take a little bit of a hydration break here as Strutton fortunately is able to get up and walk off under her own power. That is good to see. Now, the way she went down, you always hope for the best. And it looks like in this instance, Strutton is going to be all right. So we had two changes scheduled for PDA here. Abigail Doherty and Gabriela Bayata are going to come in. We'll see if City keeps Strutton in the game. It looks like she is going to stay in. Oh, showing some serious toughness. Here's a head to Man City. Strutton comes back onto the pitch. That's a clean challenge from Scott, who is the rock at the back of this defense. To Husky, pushed forward. And played back by Marley Paraskevis. Again, just so much pressure. Here's Garcia winning it for PDA. And Strutton there to clear it out. You see she's struggling a little bit, but that's the captain setting the example for her team. That's pushed ahead and out for a goal kick. 7 minutes till halftime as we get the two changes for PDA.
Subs.
Bayata and Doherty will make their way on.
Make sure you put your pennies on.
They will replace Taya Schutten and Lauren Husky. Bayata will go in at central defender. Doherty will slot into central midfield next to Kayla Wong. It's really been a 3-5-2 with a double pivot for PDA. Strutton to Cody Thomas. Garcia takes the ball off of her. Back to Strutton. She'll switch the play. Looking for Craven up the gut. Kessler comes off her line and makes a play. Not a ton to do so far for Rebecca Kessler, but she's been solid when called upon. As a flock of birds has made its way into the area to take in the action. We got another player down for Manchester City. But it looks like she'll be back to her feet. That was Ginny Lackey who took a knock, but she's standing. Marley Paraskevis with the free kick. Crook dispossessed. Barry. Rabimbus. Here they come. Rabimbas pushing it out wide. She's got Hayes making the run down the right, but there's Pilling off her line to short circuit that attack. There's a strong challenge by Lackey. They let play on. Lackey out wide. Hendrickson Eastwood back in. Lackey. Ball pinballs around, and eventually Caitlin Scott claims it. I got to head to PDA. Nothing there, though, for Alyssa Martinez. And we'll go back to Man City. Craven dipping underneath to try and get another body in midfield here, but again, they're just having trouble finding their way through. DeHoo searching for Hendrickson Eastwood. And to force the issue past Hayes. It goes back to Marley Paraskevis. Now Crook. Crook with a cross. Scott heads up. Down to Craven. Just perfect positioning on the defensive end by the Players Development Academy out of Somerset, New Jersey. They are the academy, by the way, that produced Tobin Heath, arguably the best women's soccer player on the planet. And one of the top players for the World Cup champion U.S. women's national team. Heather O'Reilly, another top American star, a product of the PDA. This is one of the top talent facilities in the world for women's soccer. And they are putting on a clinic here in the first half. Marone ready to return. They'll also bring Abigail Gemma in for the first time. Here's the free kick. Ball blazes in over everybody. It'll be a goal kick in the end. And now we'll get those changes for the PDA. Rabimbas, who had the delivery. Just a little bit long.
Thank you. Oh, your ring. Come here.
Hayes checks out for Marone. And Gemma will replace Barry up top. And those will be like-for-like changes. Barry hit the crossbar and the post here in the first half, but she does not have a goal to her name. Rabimbas and Garcia, the two goal scorers for PDA. Minute and a half left in the first half. Comes out central for Doherty. Now they'll play through the lines, looking for Gemma. Here she comes, Gemma, save Pilling. Well, Pilling held her ground, did not come off her line to try and play that. And Gemma couldn't slide it past her. Now Rabimbas, what a save! Pilling outstretched, one hand off the bar. Look at this double save by Pilling. First off of Gemma, she holds her line, sticks out the foot. The second one even better. Rabimbas should have had her second goal. What a save by Grace Pilling. Tremendous goalkeeping from Manchester City's number one. Now Rabimbas on the corner as PDA will get one last shot before halftime. Pilling comes out to punch it, and it's cleared away. Well done defensively by Man City. Now they'll look to counter. They've got numbers. Here's Craven racing forward. Craven trying to stay strong through the middle. She gets past Scott, still on the ball, but then has to circle back. Hendrickson Eastwood couldn't find it, and in the end, PDA will come back under control. And now everyone is just waiting for the halftime whistle. There it is. 2 early goals for the Players Development Academy of Somerset, New Jersey. Melina Rabembas and Kennedy Garcia. And Grace Pilling, the goalkeeper for Man City, preventing that from getting any worse as we went along. A tremendous performance from the American side. They've got a 2-0 lead over Manchester City here at halftime at the IMG Academy. The ICC Futures Tournament rolls on.
Come on, girls.
Welcome back. Second half at the ICC Futures Tournament. Manchester City and the PDA, and Man City coming out with a little bit of a fire lit under them, down 2-0 here against their American opponents. PDA out of Somerset, New Jersey, which interestingly enough was just declared yesterday by law to be part of Central Jersey. It's been a long-running commentary among New Jerseyans about whether or not Central Jersey exists. Those in Central Jersey obviously say it does, and North Jerseyans in particular have long denied it. But the governor of New Jersey announcing yesterday that Central Jersey does indeed exist and has provided county borders for it to go along with it, and Somerset part of Central Jersey. Here's a shot as PDA gets inside early on. Taya Shooten nearly put a third on the board, but it's blocked. Good news, Cassidy Corcione has come back in for PDA. She is back out on the left. Wong and Shooten in midfield. And it's Hayes on the right in this 3-5-2 with a double pivot. Here's Man City breaking down the other way. Evie Craven pushed off the ball by Husky. And out for a Man City throw. Bright start here for Man City. They've come out with a couple of changes of their own. They've changed the central defender. Francesca Sarsfield is on for Maisie Davies. Lois Marley Paraskeva stays in. Here's a play into the box for Amara Keating, who has just come into the game. She goes down. Down the other way, Martinez. The cross deflected down by Strutton. She comfortably gets rid of it to Sarsfield. And then dribbles it out of bounds. Martinez staying in up top. Alexandra Barry is back in for PDA. And Rabembas in the hall. Here is Rabembas. Scored with her left, nearly scored with her right. But was denied by Pilling. Turns one in, but a little bit too much on it, and Pilling is able to scoop it up. Keating for Man City has come on for Zabia Ishak. Otherwise, it's the same group. And there's a foul on Strutton, impeding Alyssa Martinez. It'll be a free kick for PDA. Rabembas is on top of it. Not totally outlandish to suggest that she could score from here, but more likely she'll try to drop one up for a teammate. Let's see what she tries. Rolling down the sock, here she comes. She strikes it hard, it's deflected. Corner kick. That was headed on target. And Man City were able to get a body in front of the ball. Corcione will take the corner. Cassidy Corcione whips it in. It's headed up by Lackey. Falls out wide for Shooten. Man City, good work getting out on the break. They're calling to get numbers forward here.
Frankie, be aware both ways.
But it's back to PDA shooting. Lobs one in, Pilling off her line to collect. Out wide, Emily Perkins. Now down, oh, it's given away. Here's a chance. In for Martinez, pokes it wide of the goal. A golden opportunity for PDA. And Alyssa Martinez just off target with an empty net in front of her. We'll see this one again. A poor giveaway at the back. And Martinez will be very frustrated she didn't score that one. Man City still clinging on with 20 minutes to go, trailing 2-0. And they're working on playing out of the back, no matter the scoreline. That is the philosophy of the club. Marley Paraskevis out to Strutton. And they push the ball over the top. They were looking for Lackey. So it comes back to Corcione. Into Rabimba. She's in space. She shoots just wide again. Melina Rabimbas looking for that brace. She's come close a couple of times. Look at how much space she's in here. Just off target. She would have had the goal. That's two here in a span of a minute for PDA that they'll want back. Pilling quickly picked off by Hayes. It's over the top of Barry, and then they call a handball on PDA. Lackey. Craven. Lackey gets it back. Lackey on her left. She shoots. It's a goal. Game on. Ginny Lackey scores for Manchester City. And the celebration short-lived as they bring the ball back to the center circle to try and get the second. Jenny Lackey on the left foot. That's just a great finish. What a strike from the midfielder, Jenny Lackey. The assist to Evie Craven, who will now check out of the game. They'll bring on Poppy Wright. That'll move some pieces around. Lackey's going to go up top as the center forward after scoring the goal. And they'll bring Wright into midfield. Here's the answer from PDA. Ball across. Martinez goes down. Corcione scores. And just like that, the lead is back to 2 for PDA. They respond ruthlessly. Martinez down, but all that did was create the space for Cassidy Corcione, who left the first half with an injury. She comes back in the second and scores the goal to make it 3-1. And just like that, the hope for Manchester City snuffed out by this terrific New Jersey team. The Players Development Academy that have produced American stars like Tobin Heath and Heather O'Reilly. They'll be watching the next one of those top international superstars here today. Davies. Dahu. Taken away again. Hayes steps in. Left footer. It's wide from Riley Hayes. But a valiant attempt. There is Corcione. In less than a minute, responds to the goal by Ginny Lackey with one of her own. 33rd minute tally to make it a 2-goal game yet again.
Always, go affect it, man. You need to affect it.
About 15 minutes left to play in this one, and that's got to be so dispiriting for Manchester City to have worked hard. You defended your hearts out, scored the goal on the break, and then bang, just like that. Here's Rebimbas looking to really ice it. That's a strong defensive play in central midfield by Poppy Wright. Now down the other end, Sarsfield hoofs it away, was looking for Lackey. It's back out to the central defender, Cheyenne McLeod. Now Husky. Had a head to Hayes, the right wing back. Hayes cuts it inside. Hayes for Rebimbas, one-touch shot. Pilling again denies her. It rolls out for a corner. Rebimbas can't find that second goal. Quick corner from Corcione. There's a shot from Rebimbas, and that is way, way off target. And it'll be a goal kick for Pilling. Now PDA trying to catch Manchester City napping there on that corner kick. Rebimbas had space, but you can see her desire to score that second goal. Davies working on Rebimbas. Marley Paraskevas back to Pilling. 2 changes on the way for PDA. Here's a giveaway. Rebimbas, this time she finally nets it. Check that. It's Barry. It's Alexandra Barry who scores. She was denied by the post and the crossbar in the first half. She has the goal. Rebimbas is down behind the play. And we'll see this again. It's deflected down, and then Barry scores. And Rebimbas will go off to the sideline. As you see it once again, Alexandra Barry with what should be the game clincher. And PDA going to make some changes here. Rebimbas is coming off. They'll bring in Bayada.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gemma.
Call them off. Wait.
Doherty.
Drop in and keep getting on the ball.
Garcia comes in. Garcia will go in up top next to Barry. Bayada will go on for Husky. Put in Doherty at left wing back. And another ball towards the net, but taken away by Poppy Wright. New right wing back as well. Here's Wong pushing off Marley Paraskevas. Garcia, one of 4 goal scorers for PDA today. They're looking for a 5th. Corner kick. Now check that offside. The flag was up. So it is a free kick.
Timer, get on the ball, Ed. You've got to move to get on it. Not like that, though.
You see Alexandra Barry, who just scored the 4th goal for PDA. Out to Keating for Man City. One quickly back by PDA. It's McLeod. Garcia. And Sarsfield picks it off. Here's Keating. And over the top. Still about 10 minutes left to go in this one. 32nd minute, Lackey scored 2-1. It looked like we would have a game, and then immediately PDA shuts the door. The quick response by Corcione, and then the icer from Alexandra Barry.
Come on, Mima, you got to move, get on the ball.
Poppy Wright trying to play out of the far side to Emily Perkins, but it's taken away by PDA. Here's Wong, pulling all the strings in central midfield. Now out to Doherty. Ball in front. Skitters across the box. It falls out to Wong. Left footer over the bar. Two coaches, Nick Heineman, the head coach, and Mick Smith, his assistant, have both been standing next to each other on the touchline the entire game, and they both love this. They are so into the game, reacting to everything that happens and constantly coaching up their team. And they've done a phenomenal job, as you can see, with this PDA group. Sarsfield wide to Thomas. Dahu. Again, quickly won back in midfield by PDA. They've been chewing up that midfield the entire game. Lackey on the turn as they've been trying to get out on the break here. Lackey scored once. She's working on Scott. Caitlin Scott with some great defending makes a good tackle. It's cleared away by Bayata. And offside called against PDA.
Slide under her eye.
You see Nick Smith now giving the instruction. These two coaches living and dying with this game, and they have really turned this PDA unit into one that you look at this team play and you say they could win this whole thing. You look at the names that have graduated from this academy. Now, Tobin Heath is a name that you just stop and say, okay, wow, this is really the best of the best.
Abby!
Just make sure you wait
Abby!
come all the way up.
Gonna have a couple changes here. Abby Gemma's gonna come off, so is Barry. Alyssa Martinez will come back on, as will Cassidy Corcione, who scored the third goal for PDA. Barry steps off, having scored the fourth. Martinez will go back in up top. And looks like Corcione will play as the number 10. She had played left wing back through most of the game, but she'll get a chance here at the central pivot point of midfield. Here's Cody Thomas from Manchester City. Francesca Sarsfield. It's a good bit of combination play from the Citizens, but it's over the head of Amara Keating. Thomas again. Marley Paraskevas bumped off by Shooten. Now Wong blasting forward, plays it out for Martinez, but it's picked up by Killing. Plenty more to come here. We've got another top European versus American match due up next. Paris Saint-Germain, the top club in France on the men's side, and the number 2 club behind Lyon on the women's side. Their girls team will take on the group from Heat FC Nevada, another elite American club. That's coming up at 1 p.m. And then 2 boys games on this field to close out the day's action. Arsenal and Alianza from California. And then Benfica against MLS Academy, New England Revolution. New goalkeeper for Manchester City. Great effort today from Grace Pilling.
Yeah, can you have,
And they bring on Eloise Bywater. And now Kennedy Garcia will test her. Garcia, there's Bywater with a big save. Oh, you come right in and you've got to save a 1v1. And Eloise Bywater is up to the task, denying the brace for Kennedy Garcia. Now Marvi Paraskevitz out to Lackey. Dribbles it along. There's a long run from Sophia Wilby, but it's not enough as Kessler gets in there. Keating cutting it back inside. Pushed off by Wong. Garcia, she's got runners. Corcion was making the run, but Garcia picked her out just a little bit too late there. Come back down to Scott. Taken away by Wilby. It's a nice play by Sophia Wilby. I haven't called her name a tongue out there on the left wing, but making her presence felt. Now Wong the other way. Look at the skill. Oh, if there'd been a runner. That's terrific from the captain, Kayla Wong. Played the entire game in central midfield. Here's Keating. Dahu. Perkins. Sarsfield.
In between.
Now Man City getting a little bit more of the possession game here. It's one back. Here's Corcion. And just spring Martinez wide. Here comes the cross. Corcion! And another big save for Bywater. Looked like a brace for Cassidy Corcion. Eloise Bywater, the #2 keeper. That's an outstanding save. Look at the reaction time, the screener there. And Bywater comes up with the stop. Now the corner, in it goes. That one's a goal. And it's the 5th different goal scorer for PDA. Taya Schutten. Her last action of the game is going to be a goal. Just coming up out of central midfield and poking that in off the corner. And Schutten makes it 5 just before the end of the game. And PDA, a pretty convincingly dominant performance here in this one. You see them just all over midfield. A little bit shaky there, but Cody Thomas is able to get it under control. It's out to Kennedy Garcia for PDA. Hayes and a line up across. Off her left foot, knocked down by Thomas. Out to Garcia. Skitters it across for Corcion. Now it comes back out. Here's a shot from distance. Doherty just over the bar. Down to the end, PDA just pouring it on. This is going to be a team to be reckoned with. A fantastic showing from the New Jersey-based Players Development Academy. Here's Corcion again after a giveaway. Corcion shot blocked by Thomas. It'll be a corner kick. Oh, it looks like they kept it in play, in fact. It'll go back to Man City, Emily Perkins. Pushing it ahead through midfield. This is good for Man City here at the end, but again, that midfield of PDA. They've had a 4v3 advantage throughout the game just due to the formation, and they have taken advantage of it. This 3-4-1-2, really 3-5-2 with a double pivot has been so good. Here's an open net for Hayes, and she missed it. Could have been the last chance for PDA, and Riley Hayes was gunning to become the 6th different goal scorer for PDA in this game. Had an open net and just couldn't put it on target. And you see it just off the inside of the foot. Unfortunately for her, the team didn't quite need that one. They've got a very convincing win, and we should be hearing the final whistle any second. Here we go. PDA with a 5-1 victory over Manchester City. A statement in the opener for the New Jersey-based Players Development Academy. They are here to win this entire tournament. 5 goals from 5 different players. A masterclass from the New Jersey club. And Nick Heineman and Mick Smith, the 2 coaches, got to be loving the performance that their team put out there. Meanwhile, for Manchester City,